What's going on, bro? Chachos? It's Cowboy Trav or Cowboy Trav style. You know, today in the world, there's a lot of crazy stuff that's going on. Now, you can focus on the craziness or you can do something positive. You can be that change. Me, I rather focus on the positive. I rather focus on my goals, my ambitions, and my dreams. Sometimes when you look at the media and you look at all this craziness that's going on social media, those are just tools of distraction. Those things get you off course. You lose focus. You end up getting so caught up into all of the things that don't really matter that you end up wasting your time. And before you know it, 1 hour, 2 hours, 3 hours, or sometimes even 4 hours go by and you haven't achieved anything. I've been there. Trust me. There are plenty of times where I'm sitting up there laying in the bed and I'm just looking at all these videos, looking at all the news, looking at all the media. And before you know it, it's like 4 or 5 hours that pass by and I haven't accomplished anything. Sometimes it can be like that with your friends when you're talking on the phone with them after they finish doing what everything they have to do and you all are not really talking about nothing or anything going in positive direction and you all are just gossiping. That's another distraction as well. You should always continue to educate yourself. You should always continue to read. You should always continue to elevate yourself to that next level. Life is all about getting to that next level and leveling up. You can't stay in the same spot and then expect your life to change just automatically. It doesn't happen like that and it doesn't work like that. One of the quotes in the Bible is faith without works is dead. So you have to have the faith for one. Then you also have to do the work. You can't say, I want to learn an instrument without ever going to get the instrument and actually playing. But you have to stay focused and you have to stay disciplined and you have to stay dedicated to that set goal. And you will achieve your goal and you will reach the destination that you're trying to get. I remember back when I started bodybuilding, I've done a couple of shows. When I started bodybuilding, in the beginning, I will tell you, it was really rough. It was really hard. It was really tedious. It was really time consuming. And I will tell you this, in the beginning, you saw probably a little bit of change, but I didn't see change for a long, long time. But I stayed the course and I trust the process. And when I stayed the course and trust the process, before you know it, I'm looking at myself like, wow, I am completely shredded and I'm completely ripped. Now, I didn't win. I came in second place, but it's still cool. I still achieved my goal and I still ended up getting the body that I want. Even to this day, I still go to the gym and work out, and that everything that I've learned when it comes to bodybuilding have stuck with me. So I know how to diet, I know how to bulk, which I'm doing right now, and I know how to lean out in a consistent manner and a healthy manner. But I say that to say this, that if you just stay the course and trust the process, no matter what it is, then you will reach your destination. You will be where you want to be, whether it's 1 year, whether it's 2 years, or whether it's 3 years. You can't give up hope and you can't give up faith. If you want to, say you want to buy a boat or you want to read 4 books or you want to be better at structuring your life or you want to be better at structuring your finances, well, you have to do the steps in order to get there. You have to stay the course. In the beginning, everything is going to be hard. Everything is going to be challenging, but everything gets better with time. The more you do it, the better you get at it. That's with anything in life. If you find it hard staying focused and studying, if you're in college and you find it hard staying focused and studying, the more you stay focused and study, the easier to get. If you are learning how to play an instrument, I know for me, when I first started playing the guitar, I was like, my God, how do these guys do this? But after a while, I got better. I learned one song and one song. After that one song, I learned 2 songs. And then I got better and better over time. Am I where I want to be? No, but I'm getting there because what? I practice and I practice and I practice. And success is not something that happens overnight. A lot of times, you look at the media and you look at TV and you think that these people came out of nowhere, but you're just seeing the end result of everything that they did before they got to where they are now. I know, like a lot of times you all see, like, where did this person come out of? They just came out of nowhere. Now all of a sudden they're wealthy, they're on TV, but they probably was going through this for like 7 or 8 years before they got that one opportunity. But the key is that they stay consistent. They stay consistent in what they try to do. And you can't worry about what other people say or what other people think about you. You have to stay focused on what you believe and believe in yourself. Sometimes you have to keep your goals and your dreams to yourself, because if you tell other people, then they will kind of sometimes be a distraction, or they will probably feel a little jealous because they're not doing what they need to do. And if you succeed, you make them look bad. There are plenty of examples of people who, came out of nowhere and all of a sudden, it's like they blew up, but you didn't see the steps that they did before that. So I say to you, is that you can be whatever you want to be. You can achieve whatever you want to achieve, no matter what circumstance is, no matter what the situation is. If the dream is big enough, the facts don't count. The fact that the economy is quote unquote bad right now, that doesn't matter. The fact that the politics are going crazy, you got the far left and the far right arguing with each other, that doesn't matter right now. The fact that, there might not be a lot of money right now where you want it to be, or gas prices are up, or food is up, that doesn't matter. You just have to adjust it with times. You can only focus on what you can control. You really can't control like the influx of prices, or like, you can't control what's going on in politics. I mean, you can vote. Voting is good. But I mean, at the end of the day, man, you still can't really control the outcome. But what you can control is how you respond to it, whether that be cutting back, saving a little bit more, investing a little bit more, and just being a little bit smarter about the decisions you make in order to make sure that your life is sustained in the lifestyle that you want. And then also you need to just make sure that how are you judging what you think is successful and what's not successful. Sometimes people think like, hey, I'm flying on private jets and I'm popping bottles. If that's successful, if that's their success and that's what they're doing, then hey, that's their success and that's what they're doing. Some people want to say successful is just buying a house and taking care of your family, which is the ultimate success. So you have to define your success. You have to define where you want to go with your success. And you also have to define where you want to be in 1 year, 2 year, 3 year, 4 year, or 5 years. It's all about defining your goal and setting your goal. But I want to get back to my original point, which is you can't let what's going on right now in the world distract you and keep you distracted. America is a beautiful country. America has a lot to offer. Sometimes when I'm driving from Illinois and driving down to Nashville, or whether I'm driving to Alabama, if you just stop sometimes and look around on each side when you're driving, I mean, the scenery is amazing, man. I have met people from all over the Midwest, down south, and East Coast and West Coast that are really phenomenal people. It's not as bad as everybody portrays it to be, or the media portrays it to be. Like, I live in Nashville. Nashville right now, man, I mean, it is a booming city. It's a booming town, and it is a really fun place to be. But also, Alabama is a nice place to be. And guess what, guys? Illinois is a nice place to be. No matter what you see here on TV and things like that, you can find beauty and you can find comfort no matter where you are. If you determine, or how you determine your happiness. No one else can determine the happiness for you. So if you're constantly in that mind frame, well, oh, it's bad around here. Oh, I can't do nothing. Or I can't get nothing. Well, guess what? You won't do nothing and you won't get nothing. But if you keep putting that positivity in your mind, then you will do something. You will get something. You can achieve anywhere. I mean, I don't care if you were living in Arizona or New Mexico. I've never been there, but you can achieve anywhere. You could be in Maine in the middle of nowhere, but as long as you find your happiness and you find your peace, you're okay. I remember when I was taking my real estate exam in Illinois for the first time. I took it 3 times. I didn't pass it the first time. I didn't pass it the second time, but I passed it the third time. And that's another example of staying focused and staying on your goals, and just making sure that you stay disciplined. Everybody's road is different and everybody pods zap at different times. But the point I want to make is that when I was talking to the one thing that stood out to me from my instructor, and I really forgot his name, but I mean, he was one of the best instructors. He always told me, you got to win up here before you win out there. And that to me was one of the most profound messages that I've ever heard in my life. And it makes sense though, because so a man thinketh, so shall he be. If you believe it, you can achieve it. I remember getting back to my bodybuilding. When I first did the bodybuilding, it was this gentleman that went to college with me. His name is Torrey Washington. But anyway, I saw an image of him and he had like a different pose and he was posing. And I envisioned that in my head. And I was like, I'm going to be on stage. I'm going to pose the exact same way. Well, lo and behold, I'm posing the exact same way. So you have to envision it in your mind and envision it in your head. There's a lady by the name of Heidi Morgan. And she lives in Illinois. She has her own LLC, by the way. But she has a quote and a phrase in her link in her bio, and it's called "Design the Life You Want." And I mean, that is another phrase that really stood out to me, because what I gathered is you have to create your own world. You have to create your own world. When you create your own world, man, then you'll find your peace. You'll find your happiness. I mean, you have to just step out there on a limb, man. I mean, like, so I was watching Indiana Jones. I think it was The Last Crusade, and when he's getting ready to step off that bridgeway or whatever, and there's no bridge right there, but you just got to have heart. And he grabs his chest and he steps out on faith. You have to step out on faith, man. You can't worry about what everybody's going to say or what everybody's going to do or what everybody's going to be or how everybody's going to feel or what other people think. You can't worry about what other people think. Who cares what they think? People going to think if you don't do nothing, they're going to criticize you. When you do stuff, they're going to criticize you. So why not let them criticize you for doing what you love and doing what you do, as long as it's not hurting people? Now, I'm not saying if you want to go out there and advocate for violence and all that. Nah, we're not going to do that. Yeah, we're not going to talk. We're not going to do that. But, you have to make sure that you are staying focused and you're doing what you need to do in order to achieve your goal. So with that being said, man, keep it country, keep it cowboy, and God bless America.